Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be able to share the idea of how thinking differently and unlearning what we've learned for many, many years actually takes time. And it is now time to revamp the psyche within us to make that change happen that is needed in our lives. Let me tell you, marriages are not easy, and staying in a dysfunctional marriage is not uncommon in our country. Today, I am going to share what it took for me to come out of one. It was a giant leap. 15 years ago, I was this young girl who thought that no matter what it takes, I will make this marriage work. What my grandparents and what my parents taught me was that, and they also lived up to it. And I grew up hearing this time and again that marriage isn't going to be easy. And of course, you have to make sacrifices in order to make a marriage work. But what they did not tell us is how much is too much and how far can we go with our sacrifices. What is tolerable and what isn't. In relationship, there is a fine line, guys, between ego and self-esteem. And it is very difficult to identify that line. Sometimes it takes years to make that one big decision. There are so many reasons why people hang on to this relationship, and there are so many reasons why this journey actually isn't easy at all. Some people don't do it at all, but all these reasons are valid. Leaving an unhappy marriage is not as easy as it sounds. After years of counseling and actually revamping my psyche, I finally decided to take that big step after being married for 15 long years. I was scared, I was petrified, full of self doubt. I was anxious, stressed, teary, worried about how people are going to judge me, what people are going to say, and I was afraid of losing many friends and, making myself feel like a failure in life. Was it easy to do it? Of course not. But was it the right thing to do? Yes, it was. Did I lose family and friends? Of course I did. Many didn't even message to check if I was okay. But the question you need to ask yourself in this kind of situation is, are these the people who you want to spend rest of your life or time with? And that is what you need to ask yourself. Was I judged? Did whosoever come and give me advice? Yes, they did. Did I cry myself to bed many times and just wanted to hide? Yes, I did. And did I feel insecure about almost everything, including my finances, even though I was a doctor? Of course, yes, I did. So, how did I cope with all of this? And how am I where I am today? Is what I would like to share with you all today. My children, let's begin with that, are my pillar of strength. They were only 8 and 12 at that time, but they were very clear about what was right and what was wrong, and what is tolerable and what is not. I have never been questioned by them as to why I had to leave the family home, because they knew right from wrong. And I think that is what is important to teach your children, is to be able to identify right from wrong. Children do feel extremely insecure when parents are separating, and it is our responsibility to make them feel secure. Reassure them by saying not just once, not twice, but several times that both parents will love them unconditionally forever. I think that is what is more important, rather than trying to stay with the children in a dysfunctional marriage. The second person who was very important in this journey is my counselor, who I have been seeing for years now, and she has done an amazing job. And she has given me the power to actually make my own decision in my own pace. Never once did she push me to make choices. Never once did she make me feel judged about why I'm hanging on to the marriage, or why it's been, taken so long. In fact, she reinforced that all of the reasons why I was hanging on to a marriage is valid. mental health is very important, and reaching out for mental health help is very, very important and is key in a journey like this. My dad, a few friends who stayed, of course, my cousins, all heard me out, supported me, were my pillar of strength, shoulder to cry on, helped me with meals, taking care of kids, moving houses, packing, unpacking, and were always there with a smile and wide arms to hug me. And now I have to say that I'm very, very grateful for my workplace, New South Wales Health, and my manager, who were great support through my mental, physical, and emotional struggles. As financial stability is one of the main reasons why many women do not leave dysfunctional marriages. Finances and financial stability is very, very important in one's life to make any decision. It is also very important to do a job that you like, because waking up every day and going to a place where you don't like in the middle of all of this could have been really hard, or would have been really hard. So it's important to choose something that gives you joy. So me, being a sexual and reproductive health clinician here, helping many men, women, and young youth take care and take responsibility of their sexual and reproductive health, gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction. If not for my job, which brings me the smile in my life every single day, it would have been really hard to cope with what one goes through during separation. And it's high time, I think, in today's time and era, that we are all able to take responsibility of our own health, our own self, and care for our sexual and reproductive health and needs. My Instagram work, my Instagram family, and my page, Dr. Nivi on Taboos, which I started during these tough times to educate others, share and talk about topics that are tabooed, talk about topics that were happening but people are not happy to talk about because there is a stigma that is attached to it, or they are in denial about it and don't want to talk about these topics. I also share my journey and what I have learned, both good things and bad things in my life, so it can act as a guide for others to actually look at it and follow it if they want to in their own life experiences. So this page has actually been a big backbone, a big support to what I do or how I feel, and it is a silver lining to the dark cloud, I should say. Had I not had all of these bad things, where I am today would have then been impossible. All of them have helped me change my life, let me tell you. Reaching out, counseling, having the right people around you is very important to make changes and revamp our lives. I would like to conclude by saying no matter how long it takes, no matter how educated you are, and no matter how financially stable you are or not, or how many people you have to support you or not, this journey is bloody hard and it is yours. It takes you to make this change. You can revamp your psyche. All feelings and emotions that you go through in this journey are valid and real. Don't tell yourself otherwise. It is hard and an almost impossible step to make, and it takes for you to revamp your psyche in order to be able to do what is right for you. So, thank you once again for this opportunity, and I wish all of you listening to me all the very best. Thank you.